Geometry, we're getting towards the end of the unit now. This is 4.10, and in this one, we're going to be creating diagrams and proving triangle congruence. So before we get started with this, I just want you to recall the 5 shortcuts that we've been using to prove that triangles are congruent. And this will be a very nice thing to have in your notes. So definitely take your time to do this. So first one was side, side, side. And that one said that if we have 3 sides of a triangle congruent to 3 sides of another triangle, then we automatically know that those triangles are congruent. Without knowing anything about the angles, we can automatically know that those 2 triangles are congruent by side, side, side. Okay. Another one that we learned was side, angle, side. And that one says that if you have 2 sides and the included angle, so side, then angle, then side, of one triangle congruent to side, angle, side of another, then those 2 triangles are congruent. We don't need to know anything else. We don't need to know the third side. We don't need to know any of the other 2 angles. Next one was angle, side, angle. So that one said that if we have angle, whoops, don't need that there. All right, angle, side, angle, and angle, side, angle, then that's enough information to know that the triangles are congruent. Third one we did was angle, angle, side. So that one said that if we have angle, angle, side, and angle, angle, side, they're automatically congruent. And then the last one was hypotenuse leg, and that only works for right triangles. So that one says that if you have 2 right triangles, you know that the hypotenuse is congruent to the hypotenuse, and then either one of the legs. So I'm going to go with the bottom leg and the bottom leg. Now we know that those 2 triangles are congruent by hypotenuse leg. All right, so diving into some examples here. In each of these examples, and this will be the exact same on your worksheet, it says, tell whether you have enough information to determine whether triangle KAG is congruent to triangle BPM. Draw a diagram and explain your reasoning. Okay, and then the example says that angle K is congruent to angle B, side AK is congruent to side PB, and then side KG is congruent to side BM. All right, so I would, every single time you have a problem like this, it looks like there's a lot going on, but it becomes pretty simple if you draw a diagram. So we really have no idea what these triangles actually look like. We don't have any measurements. We don't know what the angles are. We don't know what the sides are. But we know that they're 2 triangles, and we're trying to see if they are congruent or not. So draw 2 triangles that look like they might be congruent. And then label them using the congruent statements. So KAG, so I'm going to go here, here, and here, is congruent to triangle BPM. So I'm going to go in that same order, BPM. Okay, then I'm just going to use this given information, and I'm going to kind of color code it here. Angle K is congruent to angle B. So I'm going to mark those. K congruent to B. And then side AK, so that's here, that side is congruent to side PB, right here. And then side KG is congruent to side BM. So KG is here, and BM is here. So now the question is there enough information? Or in other words, can we use one of our 5 shortcuts? So if it's not immediately obvious to you, I would label what you have. So we have a side, an angle, and a side. So SAS in that order. On your second triangle, same side, same angle, same second side. Oops, I don't need 2 S's though. Just 1 S is good. All right, so yes is the answer. Those triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. And that's all we really need to write there for explaining our reasoning, because we drew good diagrams, and then we used our side, angle, side reasoning. All right, example 2, same thing. We're going to draw the same 2 triangles. We're still using KAG, and we're still using BPM. So KAG, BPM, and then we're going to fill in the information that we know. So once again, we know that angle K and angle B are congruent. This time we have AG is congruent to PM. So here's AG, here's PM. They're supposed to be congruent. And then KG and BM. So KG is down here and BM is down here. All right, now if we label our things, we have angle, side, side, angle, side, side, and that is a problem. ASS or SSA is not a thing, okay? So there is not enough information on this one. Not one of our shortcuts. Okay, again, it's possible that these triangles could be congruent given that information, but there's not enough information to really say for sure. We would need another angle or another side. All right, and then last example, just to make sure that we got the hang of this. This one I think might be kind of obvious just by first glance. It looks like we're given side congruent to side, side congruent to side, side congruent to side. There's lots of sides, but let's just double check that side, side, side actually works. So I'm going to go through this one pretty quickly. We are still using triangle KAG and triangle BPM. And then we're just going to double check. So AK is here. Oops, that should be a P up here. And PB is here, so mark them. AG and PM, here's AG, here's PM. And then KG is here and BM is here. So side, side, side. So yes, they are congruent by side, side, side. All right, I think that's it for this lesson. Go ahead and practice 4.10 and then just one more lesson after this one.